Did you know that you are just one lead source away from absolutely transforming your real estate business? In today's video, I'm going to help you evaluate different lead sources and show you why I feel some are better opportunities than others and where you can really make a huge difference in your business. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more deals. So if that's what you're after, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. Before I get going in today's video, just one note down below in the description. You will find a link to our 4 Pillars of Success training. We have found after tons of strategies and tons of testing, trial and error, what works and what doesn't on social media. So make sure you go check out that free video training. It is time well spent. Now, in today's video, what we're talking about is the one lead source away from absolutely transforming your business. So in order to kind of put proper perspective on this, let me just share with you a little story real quick. So for those of you who don't know me, and maybe you're not familiar with my story, when I was a 22-year-old kid, I decided that real estate was the way I was going to make all my money on this planet. I went and got my real estate license, and because I literally knew nothing about nothing, I just assumed that people were going to line up and do business with me because I had a real estate license. Now, obviously, if you've been in the business for any period of time, you know that that is not the case. That is not how real estate works. I just didn't know that. I got into real estate because I had heard it was a great way to make a living, to provide for your family, to set your own hours, kind of be your own boss. And I just wanted to provide for my family. So I got into the business and learned very quickly that I didn't have a great way to generate business. So I started doing what everybody said. I started cold calling. I started calling for sell-by owners. I started calling expired listings and doing open houses and marketing to my database. And I started doing all these things, trying all these different lead sources, trying to find a way to generate business. I had very spotty success, and what I learned was I just didn't know enough about these various areas. And the one thing that I did have the most success with was advertising. So back then, one of the easiest forms of advertising were those home magazines that you could pick up for free at the grocery store. So I would advertise listings in there, get people calling me, and that was one of the ways that I actually generated the most business. But what I found was, in addition to spending the money to have the ads in there, I also needed to have the skills to be able to take the calls and take the leads that I was generating and turn it into actual business. So with all of that being said, what I learned very early on was this principle that I want to teach you today, which is you are literally one lead source away from absolutely transforming your business. I fully believe that. And if you look at people in the industry who are thriving and are doing lots of deals, they've got that figured out. They've got their lead source or sources in place that are just consistently generating income for them. So today, what we really want to talk about is evaluating different lead sources and sharing with you what I believe is one of the prime opportunities in today's market. So when you start considering different things that you could do to generate leads for your business, cold calling, door knocking, calling for sell-by owners and expired listings, open houses, networking. There's so many of them. And I know people who have built a fantastic real estate business using all of them. So please don't take this video as Kevin saying you shouldn't be doing those things, right? But I do want to share with you kind of my perspective of what I've learned over 25 years of doing this, which is there are some lead sources that are better than others. And so there are 3 criteria that I really look at to evaluate lead sources, just from my own experience as well as a lot of the clients that we've helped. So number 1, the first criteria that you want to look at your lead sources through is through the lens of enjoyment, right? Do you actually enjoy doing it? So I know people that cold call and they've actually learned the skill and gotten really good at it, but they absolutely, they detest it. They just hate getting on the phone, calling strangers, just calling, trying to get an appointment. And although it works and although they've gained the skill of doing it, they just don't enjoy it. And so because they don't enjoy it, it's just like pulling fingernails to get to that point. And obviously, if there's something that you don't like, you're going to do anything and everything that you can to avoid doing that one thing. So that is the first lens, is do you enjoy doing it? Because if you don't, then you should immediately scrap it. The second lens is, does it work? Have you gained the skills necessary to find success there? See, I see this a lot with my clients where we start generating leads for them and they haven't had a lot of time and experience with online leads and how to take those and convert them and turn it into business. So no matter what form of lead source you go with, whether it's marketing to your sphere of influence, whether it's open houses or any of these other kinds of things, there is a skill that is necessary to learn how to take that and turn it into business. So are you dedicated enough to take the time and the energy to figure out the skills to be successful with that particular lead source? So those are the first two. But the third lens is one of the most important ones for the topic of today's video, and that is the lens of scalability. See, what I see with so many real estate agents is they start doing a lot of marketing and prospecting because they want to grow their business. And it works. They start getting more buyers and more sellers that they're working with. But then what happens is, as they've ramped up their marketing and gotten to the point where they have more people to work with, they no longer have the time to do the things that were making them busy to begin with, right? So could you go out and hire someone to cold call and do that for you and you go on the appointments? Sure. But now you've got to learn the skill of hiring and training somebody, which is a different skill in and of itself, right? So you've got to be thinking about scalability, because if you're no longer able to put in the time and energy and effort to prospect and generate the leads and create that lead source, then there's going to come a point where you're so busy working in the business that you just no longer have time to work on your business to create those opportunities. This is why I firmly believe that social media is one of the greatest lead sources out there, for lots of reasons. The first reason is that it's totally scalable. So we can set things up, right? It only takes a few minutes to set up your marketing and set up the ads, and now you have time freedom. You can go work with your buyers and sellers, and you can do the other things in your business that you need to be successful. But because marketing is going on in the background, it's creating those opportunities. It's helping you keep in front of people. You're growing your reputation, and it's one of the best opportunities out there. Number two, social media is massively inexpensive. So could you just buy leads from places like Zillow and Realtor.com? And the answer is, of course you can. But the problem with a lot of the lead sources is that the leads are massively expensive. Normally they are upwards of $100 or more per lead. And number two, none of these people know you. So they don't know you. There's no like and trust element with those people. And so it just makes it hard to convert those leads, because when they don't know, like, and trust you, that is a cold lead, and statistically that is one of the hardest leads in the industry to convert. See, what we do and what we teach our clients is we want to get to this point where we've got different lead sources. So whether it's because we're running lead generation ads, whether we are marketing to your database, your sphere of influence directly through Facebook, there's lots of different ways that, as you see here, that we can add leads to this database or this funnel that we're building. See, the most successful agents that I know have a database of people that they market to. Sometimes that database is their sphere of influence and past clients. That's the ideal place to get to. But if you don't have that database to begin with, it's real simple. We can build it. And did you know that a lot of people use social media to build an audience, to build this database of people? As an example, I had a client who came to me and he's like, Kevin, I want to get to this point where most of my business is more referral and more repeat business, but I just moved to this area. I don't know anybody. I don't have a very big sphere of influence to start with. And I said, fantastic, let's use social media to do that. So we started putting out helpful videos demonstrating his expertise and knowledge as a real estate agent. And those videos started getting more and more views as we were running ads. It was costing him on average about 7 to 8 cents to get somebody to watch one of his videos, to go to his website, to download a free report. It was basically taking a few cents just to get people to react to the information that we were putting out. I'm not talking about people that were just randomly shown a video. I'm talking about people who were taking action and responding, because these are the people who are likely going to be more interested than other people. So when you're able to do that for just a few cents, it totally trumps any type of any kind of advertising that you could do. See, he was able to grow a database of about 7,000 people who had watched his website or watched a video, been to his website, downloaded a free report. They knew who he was. So about 7,000 people, he did that in about 3 months was it. And it cost him about $300 to get to that point, right? So it's something that can be done very, very inexpensively. And obviously, if you have more money to spend and throw at this, you can ramp up and scale in a very, very quick way. So this is a lot of the reason that I love social media as a lead source, because it's super inexpensive. You can scale. It doesn't take your time to do this other than just creating the content and putting it out there, and then letting the ads do the heavy lifting for you so that you constantly have marketing and prospecting going on. And like I said, it's a fraction of the cost of anything else out there. I wish I knew about this, and I wish that social media existed 25 years ago when I was a real estate agent, because it totally would have transformed my business, right? When you understand how to do this, how to build an audience, how to keep in front of them, it's one of the best lead generation sources in the industry. So if you haven't jumped on this bandwagon yet, we would invite you to come on this ride and this journey with us. This is what we do, is helping people get started. For those who want us to do it for them, we offer that service as well. So that is what I believe is the lead source that will absolutely transform your business over the coming years. So if you found that helpful, take a split second, click that thumbs up button down below. We appreciate your support. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Click the subscribe button down below and that little bell notification. You'll be notified every time we put out brand new content. And we're putting out content like this all the time, as well as some of the shorter videos that we've started putting out as well. So make sure you check those out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, some of those other social media platforms that we use for that. Also, if you're interested in working with us and you want more information, you'll find some of that down below, so in the description, so make sure you check that out. That is it. Make it a great week. Keep crushing it with your real estate business. Again, just remember, one lead source can totally transform your business, and if we can help with that, let us know. Otherwise, we will see you on the next video. Take care.